Okay. First things first. I'm going to show you guys on the machine. So there's two outputs. You have this output and that output. When you turn on your machine, it should be sucking, right? So if it's sucking, you know you have it on the right input. There's another input, it blows.
What would you use that for, the diamond?
That's what we were talking about earlier. Honestly, there's not really anything that is really blowing with it because with lymphatic you're still pulling too.
What about with the diamond microderm where they use like the particles or something?
Like the crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this isn't even a crystal, like it doesn't even have that capability.
Yeah.
But yeah, crystals, it throws it out there, but I don't know. But if you guys ever turn it on and it's doing this, don't come find me and say, Kristi, the machine's broke. It's not broke. You just gotta switch your output.
Reminds me of a breast pump.
That's exactly what they were saying earlier. I'm like, I don't really know. So red turns it on.
That.
See it? You gotta get that out of your video. So this will come off, and these all get washed and submerged in your EPA. But it just goes right on. I'm gonna take my filter. And put it right on. I'm gonna pass this one around so you guys can see it. But on the side of the microderms, there's numbers. They're labeled all the way from 120 all the way up to 240. It's gonna be exactly like sandpaper if you think about it, right? So the higher the grit, the less aggressive. The lower the grit, the more aggressive. And if you're never sure, you can always feel too. You'll feel it's more gritty with your lower numbers. So just think opposite with those. I grabbed two for the face. For the face, the bigger one pretty much to do everything around the face, smaller for nose, under the eyes, and the mouth. So you can really get it in there and detail the way that you want to detail it. You guys are going to wear gloves start to finish. My Dallas Cowboys dog day afternoon.
Boo.
Hey. You don't like the Cowboys either?
They
Hold
suck.
on.
They
Let me-
literally
my
suck.
family-
I don't care. I
Well,
bet
my
you're
team sucks too. You're not
Green
gonna
Bay.
know. No, that's
Are you
my
Steelers?
No, I'm the Vikings, and they
Oh.
suck, and so we really don't like Green Bay. But
Yeah, I don't like Green Bay or the Steelers either. Sorry guys,
Green
we all
Bay
get
literally wins every game.
This literally only me watching this,
I'm like, sorry
so
for the YouTube channel.
and I don't watch
You don't watch
American
football?
football.
And what do you
'cause
watch?
I
Like soccer football?
well, that's real football, yes, because they actually use their feet.
Okay.
There's that. I watch basketball, cricket,
Cricket's
the ball and the bat. It's like
So tennis?
no,
yeah, I'm like, which one?
it's the
Like a big
number.
ball?
No, I'll show you a picture later.
Okay.
It's
Is it
the
like that?
third most watched sport. American football's not on the top 10 in the world. Did you know that?
Oh, bull.
No, I'm not
I call
joking.
bull on that.
Nope.
Really?
Hockey has more fans.
Really?
All the Commonwealth countries in Africa,
I
Australia.
have to go look it up because I have no idea what
Yeah.
cricket is.
Number one would be probably football, which is so like
Soccer.
soccer football, yeah.
And then what, baseball probably?
I think it was cricket, and then number 3 is hockey, or it's the other way around.
Hockey.
Yeah.
I like figure skating.
Hockey is aggressive too.
I wish I could beat up somebody.
Basketball's number 8, if I'm not mistaken. My husband was just showing me this yesterday.
Interesting.
But yeah. That's why it's American football. Only Americans watch it.
Only Americans. They're like, what? Football? I was gonna say, I'm gonna tell you about the PSI. So on your PSI on here, I'll show you what it looks like in a second, but you guys shouldn't be over 20 PSI. Now, say you get a different microderm machine. Try not to take your nose ring out. Here it
We
goes.
can take it out right now. I'll
Are you
put it
sure?
back in
Okay.
after.
Don't let me throw it away. It's over here.
Yeah, she throws things away.
I've thrown a couple of nose rings away. By accident.
Didn't that have a lock in there?
That was just the...
Oh,
The L.
okay.
Hang out easily.
I was like, oh no, where's the other part?
Is that facial wash just not suds up, or do you not?
I didn't
have
use a lot.
Oh. Do you like wearing gloves or not?
You guys should wear gloves start
Okay,
to
thank
finish.
God.
Yeah.
No, with like even facials.
No.
You like gloves?
I love
Only
gloves.
through extractions.
I'm like scared for my life. I like double gloving.
You're scared of like getting something? You mean, or-
Kind of, but like also whenever you get to the point where you're like doing extractions, you're like struggling to get it on. I'm like, that's like the most unrelaxing thing ever.
Girl,
So-
that's why you have a little like towel on your knee.
It
to
doesn't work when
wipe
you
your
got
hand.
sweaty hands.
Well, get some
Okay.
baby powder and put it on your cart
Or inside the glove.
or inside the
Yeah,
glove.
powder
Like,
your
maybe,
gloves.
but
Like,
like then I'll have powder on my hand, and that's a whole.
But how
separate
do
issue.
you, if you're doing like skin analysis, how do you really know what's going on with their skin?
I just
If
feel
you
it.
have gloves on,
I feel it.
you feel it through the gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, you can feel texture through the gloves.
No, but you can look at it. You can see it.
What if maybe you can't see it, but you can feel it?
Well, that's stupid.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't see it and you can feel it.
Most of the time, I can either see or feel it before I put gloves on. That's what I usually do. Usually, before I like put my gloves on, I'll look at their skin and just.
Like touch it.
Mhm.
It's the same thing. You might as well not wear gloves if you're gonna touch your skin anyways. Same thing. Because yeah,
Well, I sanitize after. but
if you're in
like,
more of like a medical setting, they're more common to
I will
wear
be.
the gloves, yeah.
gloves.
I
Yeah.
will be more medical setting.
But when you're like doing just regular facials, you don't need to wear gloves.
I remember when we were talking about the convention, we had said that Californians do. I was thinking back to my facials there. I don't remember my facialist putting gloves on, except when
Not
I
even
go
with
to like,
extractions?
I
Remember
don't,
they don't 'cause
maybe extractions,
California-
yes, but I think med spas, they really are like very glovey.
glovey.
That's where I think I got like wanting to wear gloves. Over
Yeah, when you go to like derms glove or like more like med spa,
Yeah.
if it's a very clinical med spa,
Yeah.
you're wearing gloves.
But I don't like the way it feels on my skin.
Oh, sorry, Judith, take a deep breath. You already knew. Okay.
Like,
And as a client, it doesn't feel good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I get facials with like people with gloves, I can tell, and it just doesn't feel.
As like relaxing.
Yeah, I feel like.
And I know if I'm gonna go pay $300 at like a foo-foo spa, you
I
should
would
gloves
do that
on.
anyways. That's so crazy.
Not if you're just trying to relax.
I can relax at home for $300.
I mean, if you're out on vacation, you want to get a nice facial.
I'm all about
That's
that
what
spa
I'm
life.
Mope.
We're going to Singapore. I'm getting
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna go and get the
I'm getting that hammam.
yes.
Yeah, like I am all about that life.
One more
That's
deep breath.
the one. I don't buy anything for myself.
Yeah.
But I do spend
You love that spa
on
experience.
spa
It's like my
experience.
problem.
Yeah.
I just
Where
buy
do you go in
everything.
Austin anyway?
Surprisingly in Austin, I haven't, because I'm only here every other week, so I haven't explored, but I really want to this year. But
Let us know.
I will. But I actually have a subscription with Massage Heights because I also have it in Georgia. So between every other week or at least once a month, I get a
your
facial
massages.
and I get a massage with them. But in California, I have
See, that
all
works
the
too.
I have all the
Northern or southern?
southern.
Not the same.
You can still feel
Yeah,
it.
my family's from there. Yamava. I recently sent my sister and my mom to Yamava. It's in SoCal. It's near. It's basically like Yamava is a resort casino, a really like luxury resort casino, and they have a spa called Serrano Spa.
Okay, so I did a alcohol prep. You can use acetone too if someone is like extremely oily. With microderm, usually alcohol is, does suffice. If you have someone who's really oily on the floor, just ask our instructor if they can give you acetone instead. We have acetone. If the client asks, just tell them it's a medical acetone. It's fine for the face. But we want to get them nice and degreased because we want to be able to get a good exfoliation, right? So
Right.
when we degrease, we're breaking down the desmosomes. So then we're able to get a good exfoliation. So on here you guys have the red and then you have the black. On the black you see the numbers are like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You guys should never be over a 20 psi. So when you're checking, you're dragging on your client's skin and seeing where the psi is at. So for instance, right now it's like at 8. I can go ahead and turn her up. Now I'm closer to a 15. Just because Judith can handle that may not mean that Amber can handle it, right? So it's always going to be based by person. Clinical endpoint, redness, like I said, you should never cause any bleeding. What I'll do, it's up to 3 passes. If you can get to 3 passes, ideally that's what you want to do. But say if after 2 passes she gets really bright red and I'm like, ooh, I don't really know if I want to do a 3rd pass, you can finish doing 2 passes all over. Give her tissue time to calm down, and if you feel like she's good to do another pass, go ahead and go for it. When you're checking this too, if I was to check it here, it's not going to give me an accurate reading because her tissue is going to be different, right? On the cheeks, I might have to turn it down just because they're more fleshy, so it's going to absorb that vacuum a little bit more. So we're going to start off. She's at like a 13. How does that feel, Judith? That good? You guys will notice I'm holding taut here with my left thumb. Judith, you have such a small forehead.
You know, some people have such small faces. I'm like,
Then you're doing like the basket weave.
Yep, so we're cross hatching. And you're doing a 50% overlap. So that's my second pass. Do you guys see any like redness?
What do you mean by 50%?
So like if I do a pass here, 50% would be a 50% over that. Okay. Can you see it on there?
Yeah.
So, and then I would just 50% overlap.
No, it's just not red.
So then I'm gonna go straight in for it. I'm trying to break it in half, but her forehead's so small by the time I pick it up, it's nothing. Okay, and then I'm gonna move out. So I'm gonna just start right here on orbital. She's still at like a 13. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep it here, but again, if it is sucking or like dragging to where it's too hard, I'm gonna just show you guys an example. Sorry, Judith. Like you see how it's harder for me to drag right there?
And it's also
my
making
vacuum
that-
is way too high.
She shows up tomorrow with like just a line of
Just one little line of Vicky now. I didn't keep it in one spot too long, but
Yeah.
you can see I'm just breaking it into 3 different sections.
Yeah.
You could even do 2, but the longer that you drag on their skin, so for instance, you hear the difference in the vacuum too. It's going to continue to go up on a PSI, so breaking it so you're not vacuuming or, you know, exfoliating or doing too much section in one area.
what time are you here till, Kristi?
I'm here till 8 all week.
Really?
Yep, y'all got me all week till 8.
Doesn't it
I love
change
that.
weekly or?
No, Tonda's out on vacation.
You're doing
So-
46 hours this week too.
No, I'm coming in later.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
So first pass. The second one, the easiest way, because you guys see how I'm just holding taut going along with it, is to lock your fingers just right under their jaw. And then I'm going to break this up into 2 different sections.
Just like half up and then we'll do.
Exactly. So then I know this is done. Now I can hold taut here and come against and finish the other section rather than,
Yeah.
you always want to work smarter and not harder, right? Make it easy on yourself.
Yep.
You can see Judith is getting a little bit red now,
Yeah.
but nothing to where I'm like too concerned.
On darker skin tones, because they don't really show redness, how would you know if it's...
Most of the time, this should just feel like almost like a cat's licking your face.
Yeah.
If you like watch their body language too, so like if you feel them kind of jumping or like pulling away, either the vacuum's up too high, maybe you know it's the second pass and you realize that you see like some scratches. You shouldn't see scratches, so maybe you need to check your tip. Maybe you need to check your pressure.
Yeah.
Your pressure shouldn't be much of anything. It should just be like really letting the wand do most of the work.
Okay.
But watch their body language first and foremost, and then just watch their skin. A lot of the times you'll be able to see it because on Darker Fitzpatrick, especially when we talk about like African American, like how you guys can see the dead skin and how it kind of looks really ashy. It's gonna look really ashy on them, but you'll still see a little bit of that redness come through because of that ashiness on the skin.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Take
Thank
your
you.
bottom lip. So here I'm just holding on the bottom, and then I can hold here and come up and finish.
And that's the pace that you want to be going at.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
You don't want it to be like, because the longer the contact that you have with the tissue,
harder
that
it sucks.
vacuum is exactly
Okay.
just continual sucking, but you don't want to move to where you're like too
Scra-
fast.
yeah.
But you can relax.